Same thing in farming, right? It's big money. It's about profit. Who cares about your health? Health companies, hospitals, and insurance companies will take care of that end. Me getting a stent, $67,000. All the crap. So interesting conversation to go in there. Uh, that's why I asked what country, because like at the end of the day, before the industrialization, farming was the way of life for majority of people. But like, I wanted to see if there is a country that I don't know of that they still do most of their farming with traditional methods. But yeah, I think that would be the right way to do. I believe going back to that would still be a big challenge because the monster won't go down without a fight, right?
And it's effortful. And I think, especially in America, we've become accustomed to things requiring little effort. And so, when you ask someone to put in some effort for something, that requires a bit of a mental shift, I think, in our
Yeah,
country.
yeah, yeah. Hold on one second. Yeah, once I'm done with that, I'll put the effort in.
Right, yeah.
Right?
Is there a quick, easy button I could push and I'll get all the results I want?
Just like wedding photography. Remember, a lot of people would expect me to turn their wedding pictures into magic with one filter, uh, not realizing sometimes I sit 2 hours on one photograph to make it a really, truly fantastic black and white. It's not just
It's a lot easier when you've got good
Models.
good models, right?
right. I'm looking at two of them, right? Uh, so, where can people find you if they want to learn about, um, maybe get some advice or get some real good food? And actually, I just remember before you tell us where people can find you, um, what do you grow currently? And out of those, what is the most labor intensive? And do you deliver to local, like your neighbors and whatnot? Do you just have a certain day? Hey, these days, if you need anything, let me know. We'll just do a little drive around, and you need anything, we'll grab it and bring it to you.
Yeah, so we can be found on the World Wide Web. You could Google Fox at the Fork, but our website is foxatthefork.com. Wow, look at that. It's right there. See it down below. Beautiful. And that will give you all the information about where to find us and whatnot. But if you prefer to hear it straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak, then you can find us on Saturdays at the Homewood Farmers Market from 8 to 1 p.m. or on Thursday evenings in Beecher at the Gathering Market at Tulip Tree Gardens from 4 to 8 p.m. We do also deliver locally within 7 miles of Moni, Illinois on Saturday afternoons. So if you live within 7 miles of Moni, you can go onto our website and pick out your produce, and then we will bring it right to your door, farm to door delivery service.
Yeah, and then we collaborate with two other farms. So actually, Tulip Tree Gardens, they own a Village Farm Stand in Evanston, Illinois. So Tulip Tree will purchase produce from us and deliver it to the Village Farm Stand up in Evanston. We also collaborate with Cockadoodle. Cockadoodle is the egg grower or chicken, egg layers farm that we collaborate with. They are a newer business trying to grow local food delivered fresh. So I know they have a limited area primarily focused on the west and southwest suburbs of Chicago right now, but they continue to grow, and that's an e-commerce platform that their model is delivery. We have a salad subscription option on their website, and then when we have extra produce like kale or zucchini, things like that, when you get in bumper crop, they'll also sell those as one-off purchases.
And then right now we're growing over 40 different types of vegetables on our small acre. So I'll save you the trouble of listing every single one, but some of the popular items right now at the farmers market are our salad mix, which is just an assortment of lettuce freshly harvested. We also do other greens, including arugula and kale. Spinach when it's cold enough. It's been a very hot spring, so we don't have any spinach right now, but once it gets cold, we'll have spinach again. We do an assortment of root crops, beets, carrots, turnips, radishes. Those are always popular. And then we do, everyone's favorite summer crops. So tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchini. And then one of the crops that I think really sets us apart that we grow that I don't know any other growers in Illinois doing is fresh baby ginger. So the ginger you find at the grocery store, it looks brown and shriveled and, kind of sad. That's because that outer brown skin is indicating to you it's been sitting there for a while, basically.
Oh, really?
When fresh ginger comes out of the ground, it's pink and yellow, actually. It's beautiful. No skin. You don't have to peel it at all. So we sell that fresh baby ginger at the farmer's market, and that shows up. It's usually in September or October.
And it's not necessarily labor intensive, but it does take a long time. We start the ginger seed in our greenhouse in March. It moves outside in June. Well, it moves into our high tunnel in shade cloth in June, and then we won't harvest it until September.
Oh my God. 6 months, yeah.
So it takes up a lot of space. Although it's beautiful, it's fragrant. I like to rub my fingers on the leaves, and you get that nice aromatic ginger smell.
Nice.
Tomatoes are probably the most labor-intensive crop that we do because they require like a trellising system that we have to install. They need regular irrigation. They don't want to do a lot of competition with weeds, so you have to make sure we keep the beds nice and clean. Mm-hmm. So they're very labor intensive, but everybody loves a farm fresh tomato. So it's probably well worth our effort.
Right. I mean, it sounds like it's like a song to my ears. All the descriptions and smells and rubbing the leaves and everything. So don't be surprised if I send you a Google map showing Itasca.
7 miles.
Within 7 miles of Moni, Illinois, and I'll ask you guys to bring something. But for the effort, I'll cook you some Turkish food. How about that? Look at that. That's great. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything do you think I should have, would have, could have mentioned that you would like to add?
I would say one thing that we just didn't really touch on at all, but is something we're involved in, is we're also active members of the Illinois Stewardship Alliance, which is an alliance of local eaters, food producers, distributors, people who care about local food in Illinois. And as part of that organization, we've set up farm tours with our local senator. And so we're getting involved politically, having, the senator out to our farm so that he could see what, we're dealing with here as local farmers in Will County. And also Josh got to go to the Capitol to help and advocate for climate smart farming practices this spring as well. So
yeah, and I actually went to both capitals. So I was down in Springfield for a day, meeting with the local politicians in our district and in other districts, sharing the importance of the state investing in local farms. And then I also traveled to Washington, D.C. To meet with our federal representatives and to share our story directly with their staffers and their offices, so they can really understand how investing in local farmers is investing in our country. It's the most important thing we can do for the future, for climate change, for the health of our nation, is to feed ourselves.
Awesome. Morgan, can you repeat that organization, the Stewardship?
Illinois Stewardship Alliance. Yeah.
Illinois Stewardship Alliance. Okay. I'll look them up. I never heard of them. I'll look them
Yeah,
up.
anyone can become a member, and they'll keep you really up to date on the various local food stuff going on in our state. So highly recommend.
Thank you. Thank you both so much for coming on, sharing your story, sharing your experiences. I miss you guys. Thank you for everything you said, and best of luck to you on your journey. We'll stay in touch.
Thanks,
thank
Gokhan.
you.
Yeah, we loved being here. Thanks for inviting us.
Yeah.